All right. Last we left off, you guys had heard of this building, this manor called the Tragedy House from the other group of adventurers, the Stargazers, and you're like, we're gonna hit that, but first we're gonna do some investigations, run some errands before we leave the city. And among those errands was finding out that the cursed sword I handed you is actually cursed. Fucked up. Surprise, there are consequences to your actions.
Who would have thought that the cursed sword was cursed?
Like, hey, here's the sword. Oh, you cast identify on it. It's cursed. Great, I'll attune to it anyway. So, that's fun. From there, you guys went out to the countryside, maybe an hour or two away from the city proper, but still technically under the jurisdiction. And you guys investigated the graveyard for the house formerly known as the Tri-Sea Manor, and found that one of the graves had been recently disturbed. Heading back towards the house itself, Hawk managed to find a key to the front door, kind of stashed behind a pot. It's fine. Essentially the key under a doormat of medieval times. But the house was unlocked anyway. You perused the first floor, had a couple of ghost encounters. For one of you in particular.
Flynn had a bunch of ghost encounters. The rest of us are just this creepy old house.
Yeah, it's chill. And now you guys find yourselves in the cloakroom, in which there's a couple of gardening supplies there, a single dusty gray cloak, and a trapdoor with a thick iron padlock on it.
Where do you see the man? Question. Were we going to go back and tell Levy about the thieves, or are we going?
Yeah, it's up to you guys. We can leave her in suspense, or we can do the time warp.
I mean, I feel like that's up to Felix. Do you want to wait, Felix, or should we go back in time?
I'm cool with whatever.
Make a decision.
We should probably just tell Levy about the tieflings. And then
I imagine that we had to
house.
I imagine we had to spend some time walking to the house, so we could have taken that time to go like, right, tieflings. Yeah,
that sounds good. Just know that once Levy knows about, wayward thieving children, she's gonna want to take action as soon as fucking possible, so.
Well, we can say that we told Levy and then we decided to go to the house real quick and then find them afterwards. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah, check shit out, deal with what is currently in front of us, and then go find the children.
So what do you tell her?
Them in the haunted house.
So we saw
I'm just saying.
Things from your dream. They are a lot younger than what you described. They're like actual children, and they are homeless and stealing, and they almost robbed Demir, but we stopped them and bought them some lunch. And then Demir stole a lock of his hair, so I can find him again.
not because I'm a stalker.
Sure.
Looking more and more stressed the whole time. and not like afraid of things, stressed, but like, dear God, that's a whole situation. And also, there's kids just unprotected in the streets, and she doesn't like it. Because they're like, what you said, like they're about 10, so they're like
They're 10. They're identical twins, but one of them is transgender. So.
Oh boy, yeah, no, she's stressing big time because she's going to actually be like, oh, they're only like a few years younger than, you know, her little sister, who is 13. So she's like, so we're going to handle this after this house, right?
Yep.
Sure. You know, children live on the street all the time. I don't see what the problem is.
Says the woman who's never been homeless her entire life, except by choice.
Does Demir actually say that?
Does she? No.
Okay, good. Because Levy might have fucking like slapped her a little bit. Like, I'm not.
Be ready to throw some hands.
Local woman breaks leg in effort to try to shove into mouth.
Levy is saying that we're gonna deal with it. Lisha's just nodding along, like, yeah, yes, we are. And then I guess, unless we have anything else we want to do, we're back at the cloak closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I neglected to mention, for the benefit of Felix, that Demir in the library managed to find the journal of the Duchess, the mother of the family, who describes how she married into the family, didn't really get along with her mother-in-law. The first child she had was born disabled at birth, and second child ended up dying in a hunting accident. She was eaten by wolves or attacked by wolves. Doesn't clarify. And then after the death of the children, her husband started to sleepwalk, and he complained of evil whispers coming from the graveyard, and he ended up removing a family portrait in the den, which made her sad, and then eventually her husband disappeared. That was what the contents of the journal, basically.
I would like to specify that Levy is not in the fucking coat closet, and she has no desire to go in.
All right, you'd probably be standing in the foyer then.
She's out of the closet and she's not going back in.
So, standing in the foyer, where you recently found Demir's scarf that had been previously tied over a bust of the mother-in-law, but now is just on the
Yeah. Fucking Agatha. Well, I guess we can go upstairs. There's nothing in the coat closet
That we can deal with right now. Still the padlock, but we need to find the key.
Okay. So you guys start to head upstairs.
Pixar's up stairs.
All
I know that was terrible.
Felix, please tell Ratty I love him. So you are up here on the landing. It looks as messy and dilapidated as the rest of the house. What you gonna do? There's a few options in terms of doors. I made this part dark so that you know it's the downstairs.
Good to know. Oh, geez. Thank you, body, for yawning exactly when I wanted to say something and no other time.
That's how it goes.
I vote this one. In the bottom left. Above the parlor.
Any objections?
I would like to note that I cannot see shit on Roll20.
That's probably because like zoomed into the top left corner, if I'm not mistaken.
No, all I see is a hallway and some stairs.
Oh, well, that's what we're supposed to say. Or see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You good?
It's just very confusing to hear words and then be like, oh, where's that? And then not see shit.
Yeah,
Max had pinged this door. Yeah, you're not supposed to see anything yet. You're taking this room by room. It's all good.
I guess we head to the lowest door.
mm-hmm.
All right. Let me reveal.
Fucking beards.
And Felix, this room is indeed supposed to be round. I did my best given the map making tool that I have.
It's a nursery. Ah.
All right.
Don't worry, I've made it round in my brain.
So dust blankets everything in this room, including a stone hearth in the middle of the north wall, an oval mirror mounted above it, an oval rug on the floor. Against the west wall, half hidden beneath a curtain of cobwebs, is a bed sized for a young child, a rocking chair, a shelf lined with dolls, and a wash basin. A niche to the south contains a small wooden cradle, a wooden playpen, and a window box. Suspended above the playpen is a mobile made of colorfully painted fish on the ends of hooks. The playpen itself is partially disassembled, like the room was going to be used for something else, but then whoever was doing the repairs gave up partway through. Upon entering, however, the rocking chair rocks 3 times by itself before falling still once more.
Levy goes to the rocking chair.
Okay.
And investigates. I don't fucking know.
Roll an investigation check.
Yay! Let's see. She has the fucking thingamawhat's it on, so that's a plus. 4, so it's
Yo, that's my favorite magic item.
16.
16. It just seems like a rocking chair. It's very finely crafted. And there are little carvings of like feathers on it. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
Just because it rocked, Levy is going to press to digitate the dust off of it.
Okay. Press to digitate the dust off of it. What are you guys doing?
Hunk's probably taking it all in. I don't think he's
Trying
ever
to figure
actually.
out how to fucking spell prestidigitate.
There's no dead baby ghosts in here.
Not that you see.
Good.
Demir is just gonna, she kind of like stands in the doorway and looks in, sees that it's a nursery, and kind of backpedals out and goes to the next door.
All right.
Jimmy's just like, baby ghosts, not fucking with that.
Not dealing with a nursery. I don't want to be anywhere near a nursery.
All right. So Damir, you're trying the next door up. All right.
That one.
Why do you fight me? Roll 20. Boop. All right. So this bedroom hasn't been disturbed in years, as evidenced by the thick dust and cobwebs covering everything. Furnishings include a narrow bed with a frankly moldy mattress, and an elegantly carved headboard, an empty wooden dresser, a nightstand, a coat rack, and a padded armchair. An oval mirror hangs on the wall next to it.
So there's just a mirror and a bed in it. It's not like there's
Mirror, bed, padded armchair.
Mirror, bed, armchair, wardrobe, nightstand.
okay.
And then there's another door on the other side of the room.
I mean, I'm going to peek in the other door. Just walk.
Okay.
I assume it's a closet.
All right. Congrats, you found the master bath.
Is there a bath?
Hey,
Is there a tub?
Oh no.
Is there a
take a
tub?
bath in the haunted house.
You said the B word around.
Remains of opulent fixtures fill this moldy bathroom. Wardrobes, dressing screens, and a vanity with a cracked mirror line the fractured tiled walls. A raised marble tub next to the built-in fireplace asserts a commitment to decadence. The walls are stained with colorful but harmless growth.
Colorful but harmless what now? Sorry?
Growths.
Growths. Okay. Thank you.
Gross.
Shit growing on the walls because it hasn't been upkept.
Yeah, makes sense.
As a house cleaner, how very dare you?
Can I identify what the growths are, or is it just mold?
Roll a nature check.
I am Demir is like absolutely horrified at that. What is my nature?
Demir's like, oh god, it's Resident Evil, and Avery's just like, what the fuck? It's just mold.
Ooh, okay. 19, or I'm sorry, 30-20 nature.
It's mold.
Ugh, gross. Gross. Demir is
Ew.
backing away from the mold.
No amount of spite and grout brushes is gonna fix this one, boys.
Guys, I found the bath. Yalla.
Still looking for dead babies.
Well, they're still looking for dead babies. I'm going to continue.
Well, I was about to say,
We're probably
Tobias will come into the bath when Demir announces. He kind of like takes a look around and sees all the mold and shit, and he's like, "Ew."
Levy is still kind of poking around the nursery just because she saw the rocking chair move in there, so she's kind of. I guess she'd move to the next piece of furniture to investigate.
Okay. That would be the kid's bed.
Yeah, more investigation, or
If you want.
yeah, let's just go for it. Oh, bitchin'. 21.
Okay, so the bed itself, once again, looks like it was very finely crafted. it how to describe this best? Very finely crafted. The blankets and sheets on it are pretty moth-eaten, and the mattress itself is it's gotten to the point where it's pretty rotten. It's this room hasn't been disturbed in a while.
Okay. I guess next piece of furniture. She's just gonna investigate everything.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll let the 21 just carry over.
Dope.
What specifically are you looking for?
I guess signs of more ghostly shit, or like, honestly, like the standard kind of spooky shit of like, ooh, is there a mysterious blood stain on something or what have you? Is it disturbed somewhere or whatever? Just
You unfortunately do not find anything like that. You do not know why the rocking chair moved, but
she
there doesn't seem to be
shit as she goes too. Just
okay. So you help clean up the nursery a little bit with your magic, and as you do so, just roll a regular wisdom check.
Yeah, that's a 2.
Okay. You clean up the nursery.
Just okay. She figures if something's here, might appreciate a little less dust. She'll go to the next room and kind of follow where everybody else went.
So everyone is kind of poking around at the mold in the bathroom, I guess.
Toby ain't poking at the fucking mold. That's gross.
They're avoiding poking at the mold because it's gross. But they're like, ew, that's fucked up.
And they look at the next mold patch and go, ugh, gross. And then you move on to the next and go.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm going to continue on to this door.
All right.
We're all done looking at mold.
This is right behind.
Oh, there it is.
Master bedroom.
All right. So this spacious bedroom is occupied by a grand canopied bed. Its headboard engraved with the phases of the moon. A wardrobe and a torn leather chair fill out the space, each bearing rampant mildew. Opposite the bed is a stone hearth with a black marble mantle and a pair of antlers mounted above it. The bare dust-covered writing desk is set up against the west wall under a pair of tall windows flanked by a moth-eaten burgundy drapes. There's also an empty dog kennel in the corner.
You know, this place wouldn't have been so bad if it weren't in such a state.
I'm
going
sure it was
over to the
quite
right.
lovely in its time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go over to the writing desk, see what I can find.
All right, roll an investigation check.
Oh, let's see.
Levy's still prestidigitating shit as she goes, but she does not bother with the bathroom. She's just like, this is beyond me.
That's a 16 investigation.
16. Okay. So you find various papers here and there. Nothing that looks too honestly exciting to you. There's like a record of on this day I caught this elk and it was super cool, like that kind of bullshit.
It was this big.
You're able to find an old quill that looks like it's not been used in a while and should not be used again. It doesn't look like it would work well. And an old dried out ink pot.
No secret diaries.
We found one downstairs.
Actually, Demir is Demir kind of like looks a little disappointed at the desk that there's no secret diaries, and then thinks, wait a minute. If I were hiding a secret diary, and she's going to go over to the like bed and try and look like under the mattress, under the like areas, like thinking about like where would a person hide their secret diary.
All right, roll an investigation check.
Demir's no better than her younger sister.
She has her ways. That's not great. That's a 13.
Unfortunately, you do not find anything.
Could Tobias check out the dog kennel in the corner?
Sure. You may recall from the journal that Demir found downstairs belonging to the lady of the house, that the lord of the house, Marius Tracy, he had a hunting dog named Barley that he seemed to adore.
I believe he's gonna go off to this room here.
Ping it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured I'd ping it until you said, yeah, I see it.
Why do you fight me? Roll 20.
Because it's a bitch.
If I click on reveal areas, what do you think I want?
Look at my rat, look at my rat, look at my rat.
Look at him. Look at he.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, rat break.
So, you have found the breakfast nook. Wicker chairs and a small table set for tea occupy this room, and the room itself was enchanted to be somewhat light and airy, despite not having any windows. Pale drapes line the walls, mostly for decoration, and a tasseled pillow embroidered with the name Barley sits in the corner, covered in dog hair.
She prestidigitates everything but the dog hair pillow because she thinks that she kind of makes this noise because it's adorable. It's a cute little room. She cleans it up.
All right. Yeah, it's a nice little space. You notice that the tea set itself, it looks kind of fragile. It includes 4 cups and a teapot with a delicate pattern of flowering foxglove. It looks expensive.
She's not gonna touch it.
Okay.
She's like, that's too expensive. I'll break that.
Okay.
My little bumpkin hands will be too strong for this fine bone china. And then she'll kind of circle back around to the master bedroom and go to open this other door that we haven't gotten through yet.
All right.
Is anybody opening windows as we go?
No. Lish opened up some curtains downstairs in the gallery, but
But not some actual windows, no.
More doors!
More doors.
Ooh, let's check the closet
This
first.
one. I want to open this one.
Okay. You open that one up. There are stairs leading upwards.
Attic.
Ooh.
But there's another door, so we gotta finish this floor.
Here, let's all check out this floor and then we can go up. So,
Yeah, we're finishing this floor. She's just, stairs. There's more.
Okay. You found the office. So this office is decorated with sturdy shelves and a desk carved with reclining satyrs. The desk's high back chair is turned away from you as you enter, obscuring any occupant.
No occupants here. I am going to go to the desk and check it out. What?
Yeah, okay. There's no one sitting in the chair.
Okay.
You're right.
Roll an investigation check.
Levy will help Demir go through whatever.
Ooh, do I get advantage?
Yes, you can have advantage if Levy's helping.
Oh, okay. That's a 16, but it's better than a 5.
Or wait, never mind. You already rolled.
So within the desk, you find a sheaf of dry legal documents.
Is it the deed to the house?
You look through it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are able to find the death certificates for the 2 daughters and the deed to the house with the rights to the surrounding land. You're also able to find a small key, like the type of one that someone would use for a small strong box, but you don't see anything like that in this room.
Okay.
Could be the trap door.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would it
Yeah.
look like it would fit the lock in the trap door?
Roll an intelligence check.
We know Demir's
Levy's helping.
Whoop.
This isn't really something that you could help with, I'm afraid. This is just intuition.
Oh, well, the first roll was a better one anyway. That's a 17 intelligence.
This doesn't really look like the type of key that would be used for the trap door. The trap door itself, it had a lock on it that was bigger and iron. This one is this key that you found is small, and as I said, it might be for like a strong box or a jewelry box. Safe, something small.
I'm going to tuck that away, and I'm also going to tuck away the deed for the land and the house. And I don't really need the death certificate, so I'll leave it. Well, actually, I'll tuck those away too.
Okay.
Just in case.
Just in case you need to prove that 2 children are dead.
You know, it's important to make sure that there are no heirs coming after this property after I steal the deed and transfer it in my name. It's great. I do this for a living, guys.
Wow, Demir literally just said it's free real estate, huh?
It's free real estate.
Levy is still
I
cleaning
imagine
as
she
she
just opens
goes.
the door, like sees the deed, looks over to Levy, and just whispers, "It's free real estate."
Look, we can sell the property.
Wild Rose's epilogue, Demir has become a landlord.
Dark ending.
Look, okay. What do you think a king is, if not the ultimate landlord?
There. Levy
King
is
to a
still,
god.
I'm at pain of saying this every 5 fucking minutes. Just assume Levy is cleaning as she goes.
Roll another wisdom check, Levy.
Oh boy, that's my worst stat. 17.
Hey.
You notice that as you're cleaning, despite the frankly kind of spooky shit happening around you, a wave of calm just sort of goes on around you.
She has this pleased little smile on her face about it, and kind of murmurs in hang on. I forget all of her fucking languages.
She got too many.
Too
Too many to remember.
So many. Nah, she'll even if she doesn't think that they're gonna know it, she'll say in Elvish quietly that she is happy to help.
Okay. What do you do next?
I vote up.
Isn't it?
Up,
Up.
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 Uppies? Oh, there's a box.
So up here, this is it's mostly empty space up here, kind of like tucked off this way. There's a couple of old armchairs, but as you come up the stairs next to you, there are more stairs leading upwards towards a trap door that is up.
Oh, so a like roof hatch, basically.
Maybe.
Maybe, okay.
Or an attic.
Oh, so there is a third floor. Okay, I thought this was the attic. Guess not.
I mean, there's a bunch of doors.
Yeah.
I want to go in a kind of a loop around this floor and then
Okay.
get to the trap door. Oh, cute.
So this is a porch. I have to scroll for the description. There, up here, there is a rotted chair and a couple of pots, one of which has a very dead plant in it, and it's just kind of overlooking the land.
Nice. This door, since this one is the same place.
All right. Evie leading the charge.
She's also kind of leaving this door cracked a little bit to air it out.
Yeah,
Um,
I just like I feel like Demir has been leaving every single door open
Open.
that she's
Okay.
open, like she is not closing any doors behind her.
So this is the guest bedroom, the third one. So this room does not seem like it was used as often as the guest bedrooms on the previous floor. There's a bed in the room that looks as fine as the beds in the other rooms, but it doesn't have a mattress or any blankets. Instead, there's a disturbingly large spider web in the frame, but no spider to be seen. There's no more furniture in the room.
Is it like a cobweb? Or is it intact?
It's intact.
How big
Terrifying.
are we talking?
Hmm?
How big of a web are we talking? 'Cause you
It's
said
filling the
disturbing
bed frame.
It fills the entire fucking bed frame?
Yes.
That's not normal.
Looking
It's like
up.
bed, but instead of bed, it's
We're
web.
looking up.
You look up, there's a few more cobwebs on the ceiling.
No spiders?
Is there anything like wrapped up in the bed?
No, it's just an empty bed frame with a giant spider and web in it.
I don't believe you.
Mage hand. Mage hand. Mage hand.
Mage hand to do what?
Mage hand touch the web.
Okay. Touches the web, kind of waves just a little bit.
Mage hand pull at the web.
Okay, you destroyed the spider web.
Levy will actually gently shut this door
Okay.
after she prestidigitates.
Demir is going to go to the next door and be like, it's just a spider web.
It's big and I don't like it.
All right. Found
Don't worry, if there's a spider, I'll protect you.
the other bathroom. This one is not as fine as the one downstairs. There's a clawfoot bathtub and several water damage stains on the floor and walls. There is also a vanity with a broken mirror. The shards of broken glass scattered on the ground in front of it.
Okay. Zamir is going to go to the next door. It's just
Okay.
a bathroom.
You don't look around at all. This one, you're like, moving on.
She's like, it's a bathroom. She's gonna leave the door open, but she's not.
Could Tobias investigate the broken mirror? Like, would he be able to determine if it's something that just like broke naturally over time, like say through a storm that hit the house, or did it look like someone smashed it?
Roll an investigation check.
Levy will help him.
Yeah, so roll with advantage then, Toby.
That's a nat 20 plus 5.
All right.
Ooh.
It looks like it shattered naturally on its own, like it was an old mirror and it wasn't ever like kept up with. It wasn't cleaned or anything, and probably a storm passed by the house at some point in the past that caused this mirror to break. However, since you rolled a natural 20, you end up catching a glimpse of something in one of the shards as you kind of pick it up very carefully to look at it. If you glance behind you and see a small bottle of what looks like perfume tucked behind one of the feet of the bathtub.
He will go and take a look at that bottle of perfume.
Okay. It looks fancy. It looks kind of pinkish in coloration. Like more of like a raspberry pink.
Does it, like if he gently kind of, shakes it or moves it, can he hear any solution inside of it?
Yeah.
Is my detect magic should still be up.
There's a faint sense of conjuration with it, but like nothing really noteworthy.
Wasn't there conjuration in the graveyard?
Yes, but that's the conjuration there was much stronger.
Tobias is going to point the bottle away from himself, like he's just going to aim it like at the edge of the tub, kind of. Probably a spot that's not fully covered with grime or mold or whatever it says.
If this bathroom isn't full of like mold, Levy has been prestidigitating it clean.
Okay, cool. Then he'll just kind of like point the nozzle at the edge of the tub. However, for the type of perfume bottle, is it one where you basically like unscrew it and then drip a drop of it out, or is it?
No, it's the kind with the nozzle that you spray.
Okay. Then he'll just point the nozzle towards the edge of the tub and just kind of give it a quick, short little spray.
Okay. So you spray it, and Tobias, you don't actually smell anything from it. However, Lish, you do. And it smells nice. It's like a little floral scent.
Does Tobias have COVID?
Levy, you can't smell it either.
What is it? It smells like just florals?
Maybe Tobias is just like me.
Yeah, it smells like flowers.
What kind of flowers?
Lilies.
Lilies? Can I roll like an insight check to see if I know what this is?
That would be just a general intelligence check.
Int. We don't got much of that to go around, guys.
I mean, Hawk has decent int, but it's mostly just because fighter.
That's a 13.
You have heard that for a while on the material plane, it was very popular to have popular among the wealthy, at least, to have various sensory things that only extraplanar creatures could detect. And more than once, like some human from the material plane tried to offer you one of these type things, like, no, I want something better. That's bullshit. So you figure that this is a type of perfume that only extraplanar creatures can smell.
It's very strange for a human. They were humans, right? This family?
Yes.
It's a very strange thing for humans to keep in their house.
What is it?
It's perfume.
Well, it was more of like a status symbol thing.
It's the Emperor's new clothes of perfume.
Essentially, yeah.
You know if it's perfume or not because you can't smell it. Could be just colored water. You never know.
Does Lish tell them about it being only for beings from other planes?
Yeah, I mean, he says it's very strange for humans to have something like this. So I suppose they're rich.
I always thought it was just colored water.
Oh.
Levy's gonna kind of perk up and go, so if there are ghosts, would they be able to smell it?
Yes.
Can ghosts smell?
Tobias just kind of like looks between Lish and the bottle and like just kind of sprays it again in the air.
Literally like spraying his face.
Like the perfume counter lady. Just...
He doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't spray it in his face. He just kind of just like looks between him and the bottle and just sprays it again, whether it be like it toward the tub again.
Yeah, it smells nice to you, Lish.
Yeah, let's just like, that just smell than all the mold. By far.
But can ghosts smell it?
Do ghosts count as extraplanar?
You don't know.
Can I make an insight check?
Roll an intelligence check.
Man, if only knowledge planes was still a skill check.
Can I also roll an intelligence check?
Actually, this would be Arcana. Roll an Arcana.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Good,
Yeah,
because
sure.
that was a natural one, so.
Cool. Good thing I'm also rolling and I have the fucking thingamawhat's it. The intelligence thingy. It's on Levy, not me. I'm fine. Oh Jesus, that what places. All right. Well, that's a 9.
You don't really know too much about ghosts based on like the ghost stories you've read, but who knows how accurate those are.
This is just an open question to the room, right?
Yeah.
Hawk, try.
Lish got an 18
I got an 18.
18.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You're pretty sure that ghosts count as undead, not extraplanar creatures.
No, they can't smell. Unless they were undead of extraplanar nature.
She's gonna move to the next room.
Yeah, Demir is
Fourth thought.
in the next room.
Next
Alright.
room.
Bodyguard man, Hawk. Oh, I'm following around.
What the fuck are you doing, rat?
Rat's doing whatever rat wants.
Let's see. Servants' quarters. So this modest room has 3 wooden bed frames against the wall, wooden shelves mounted between them, supporting a pair of unlit candlesticks. The floor frankly kind of creaks ominously when stepped on, but it doesn't seem to be in danger of collapsing. Spread out on the floor, there's an old ragged rug, and there's also a trunk at the foot of each bed with the initials of the servants to whom they belonged.
I'm gonna go look through this shit.
Okay. So the first one has the initials CP. The one in the middle has SW, and the last one has DR.
Cool. Is there anything in the trunks?
Okay. Which one are you looking in first?
Let's go with CP first.
Okay. So this trunk has 3 sets of commoner's clothes, a maid uniform, an unopened envelope that reads "To Mother," and a small token with the holy symbol of Ilmater, the god of endurance.
Okay. I'm gonna check out all the trunks and then I will open the letter.
Okay. Next trunk.
S-
SW. There is an old book on manners and etiquette, a spare jar of shoe polish, and 2 sets of commoner clothes.
A fancy boy. Or gal.
I'm sorry, you said 2 commoners' clothes?
2 sets of commoner's clothes. Like he's got extra change of clothes.
And then a book of manners and etiquette. Okay.
As well as shoe polish.
And then a jar of shoe polish.
And a shoe polish. All right, we found the butler.
Is the shoe polish magical shoes?
Not at all.
Yeah. I'm going to check out DR.
DR. Okay. So this trunk has a couple of old children's books, a sewing repair kit, and then a hand-drawn picture of a child and their imaginary friend.
So definitely the caretaker.
Well, we found the maid, the butler, and the nanny. I'm going to open the letter to Mother.
Could Tobias take the sewing kit the sewing repair kit from
Yeah, sure.
the DR chest? Thank you.
It's clearly meant for it's clearly meant for like small repairs, like if there's a tear in the shoulder of someone's clothing, just quick fix up.
As Levy freshens up this room, she will actually also go a little bit extra and like fluff the pillows a little bit just to be nice.
If no one's crowding around it, I would like, or rather Hawk would like to look at that drawing that the child made.
All right. Okay. The child drawing, it depicts a, best you can tell, it's very
I mean, it's a child's drawing.
But
this isn't Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece or anything.
Yeah. But the picture seems to have a child with dark hair, wearing a blue dress, and her imaginary friend is a bear wearing a pink bow on the top of her head. And is also wearing a skirt, but not a shirt. So like, but the skirt of the bear is the same color of blue as the skirt that the child is wearing. You're not sure if that was purposeful or not.
Artista.
Yeah.
Artiste.
When Tobias looks at it, he just goes, cute.
And
I'll bet she would have liked you, Toby.
written on the back, it says, to Durza.
Durza must be the name of the nanny then. Or was the name of the nanny.
DR.
DR.
Dursa.
Durza.
What is in the letter to Mama?
Okay.
Mama.
So you open the letter that says to Mother, and it just seems to be a letter that's saying, dear Mother, I appreciate your invitation to return to the Church of Emater. However, I am happy worshiping soon and decline your offer, and I ask that you do not contact me with further encouragement of such nature.
Okay. Not necessarily a happy letter, so I'm just gonna fold it up and put it back in the.
If you had to guess, that's probably why it went unopened, because whomever CP was, maybe she knew what it said already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to put it back in the chest of drawers. And I'm gonna check out the other room, the other door.
All right. So much of this room is filled with old chairs, tables, benches, hunting trophies, rolled up rugs, and other similar unwanted clutter. There are old portraits, blank canvases, and empty frames leaning against the walls. On one of the tables, there is a music box.
A music box? I'm going for the music box.
Okay. So you take the music box, you open it, I assume?
Yep.
Okay. I have music for this. So when opened, the music box plays a short, haunting tune that causes the objects around the room to lift up and start floating as if affected by the levitate spell. When the music is done playing, all the objects clatter to the floor. The figure inside of the music box is a mother holding a baby that slowly spins as the music plays.
Must be enchanted.
And then everything just drops to the floor.
Plunk.
Demir isn't spooked by the like things lifted. She's like, oh, it's an enchanted music box. And then when everything falls, she does that like Studio Ghibli startle where it's like closes the music box. I'm going to take out the glintie and see. I assume it's magical, but I want to see how much it's worth.
Something is it isn't magical.
If it's not magical.
If it's not magical, I fully expect Demir to just go, okay, and then leave the room.
Yeah, it actually isn't magical.
Yep. Demir is just, okay, sets the thing down and walks out.
There's no ghosts in this house. What are you talking about?
No such thing.
It's not haunted. Come on.
No such thing as ghosts. We're walking out of there.
Lish will pick the music box.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm sorry I muted you.
Do you open it up again?
I don't think he really got a good look at it, so yeah, he'll kind of
Okay.
look at it and
You open it up again. It plays the same music, but it and nothing starts floating again. You see the little mother holding the baby. She's kind of like rocking it in her arms. She spins around slowly in a circle. And when it's opened, and it's nice in a way. It's calming.
Mm-hmm. He'll kind of hold on to it and investigate around the storage room and see if there's anything else.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Oh, it's not very good ever, but gonna find out. It's a 15.
I mean, that's passable.
It's passable. This is the word for it.
Okay. You look around there. Doesn't really seem to be anything out of the ordinary. You are reminded of Damir's description of the journal that you found on the first floor of the family portrait that was moved somewhere in the house, but she doesn't know where. You are unable to find anything that looks like it would fit in the space above the fireplace.
Is it mostly like paintings and stuff?
Yeah, there's like paintings and old canvases, and this is an old house, and one family has been living in it, or had been living in it for a long time. And as different people have risen to prominence in the family, people might have redecorated in ways to suit them, but nothing too exciting.
Okay. He'll poke his nose around, and otherwise he'll hold on to the music box and walk out and follow Demir.
Okay.
Why are you bringing that?
It's pretty.
It's just a piece of junk.
Nice tune. It didn't lift anything up when I played it the second time.
Yeah, it's not magical.
It's just haunted.
I don't. You keep saying that there are ghosts. I don't believe you.
There are ghosts.
I haven't seen one.
You just saw the levitation.
Let's not forget the rotating bust.
Really, Demir? Have you never seen a ghost?
Have you, Aaron, seen a ghost? Aside from
He fucking lives with one. What are you talking about?
Ghost. Is that a ghost?
Is that a ghost?
That's a spiritual.
Harold pops down on his own. Is like, is this racial erasure?
He shows up now. See here.
Listen, I didn't die and come back for nothing.
Aaron just goes, wanna check?
No, sure.
No.
I would love to talk to Harold. Are you kidding me?
Well, regardless, there is certainly odd things happening in this house.
Mildly off-putting things.
Perhaps for later. I would like to see if we could speak to Harold.
Can we scry on Harold?
And scry on the dead.
Boo.
Demir is going to go around the hall and see what's on the other side.
All right. Boop.
Go through the door.
That's a door.
It is a door.
It's a kindness.
I want to touch the door. I want to go through it.
Okay.
Demir is going to go through the door.
Y'all go through the door.
Family room.
Pull up the description. All right. Rich furniture clusters around a tall fireplace. Its mantle lined with dusty knickknacks. Above the mantle is a painting of a deer-like creature drinking from a creek in the forest. Its antlers stretch up out of frame, branching and becoming part of the foliage in the canopy. In the corner, there is a pile of rags with a doll that has been chewed on by an animal to the extent that you can't tell what it is anymore. There's also a small chest in the opposite corner.
Ooh, is the chest... I'm going to take out the key and try it in the chest.
Well, the chest does not have a lock.
Oh. Well, I'm going to open the chest then anyway.
The chest contains children's toys. There's a doll with porcelain skin and tangled, once curly red hair, a toy bow, like for archery, with 5 suction cup arrows, a wind-up robin, a round hedgehog toy, and a wooden Tressum figurine.
Demir is going to give the toy archery kit to Tobias. What are you?
Oh, wow. I've never asked for.
He's too polite.
Can't shoot a beholder with this shit.
She's giving him shit.
Aaron, I would like you to make a perception check.
Oh, lovely. All right.
You haven't done much today, so you know.
Yeah. Let's have something. Oh darn, that wasn't that good. That's a. Oh, I'm really good in perception. That's an 11.
11. Okay, so you kind of wander over to look at the knickknacks on the mantle of the fireplace. There is a roughly sewn doll of a cat with button eyes, a silver baby rattle, a kaleidoscope, and a carving of a phoenix made of red quartz. And you just kind of look at those and look at the deer painting.
I'm picking up the kaleidoscope.
All right.
Kaleidoscope.
Kind of fun. You got a kaleidoscope now.
Lish wants to look at the deer painting.
Roll a perception check.
What were the other toys that were in the chest? It was porcelain doll, tangled hair, a toy bow, a wind-up bird.
Wind-up robin, a round hedgehog toy, and a wooden Tressum figurine.
Okay.
Got a 19 on my perception.
19. Lish, while Aaron's kind of like looking at you through this kaleidoscope he just found, you kind of give him a look and then glance over at the painting. And you notice that there are hinges on the edge of the frame.
Ooh. Is there any kind of magical aspect to it that I sense?
No.
Can I try and kind of get my fingertips in there and pull it on its hinge?
All right. Yeah, you open it up and there is a small jewelry box.
Tucked into the wall?
That was behind the painting, yes.
Yeah, he'll take that off the wall. And...
Okay.
Is it locked?
It's locked.
Demir, did you have a key? Don't try the key.
All right. Using the key that you were able to find in the office, you are able to open the jewelry box. Inside, there is a signet ring depicting a crashing wave, a green glass ring that has like a little faint flicker of illusion magic that you can see, Lish. A finely crafted amulet of Eldath, the goddess of peace, and other random assorted jewelry, probably worth a total of 90 gold pieces. Do you leave the painting thing open, or do you close it?
No, he'll close it. He
Okay.
interested in the forest deer.
Okay, so when you close it, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Dust? Probably dust.
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. It's a 9.
Okay.
9.
So when the frame is closed, you look back at the deer. The painting itself seems to sort of melt, making it look like the trees are dead and the creek is dried up. The deer itself has a skeletal head with sharp teeth and a rotting body and human-like arms protruding from its torso.
Ugh.
It is also much closer than it had been and is looking directly at you, Lish. And you are considered frightened. No one else can see this.
Aaron?
To everyone else, it still looks normal. And you, since you're frightened, you kind of blink, and the painting of the deer goes back to normal.
Aaron?
You're still considered frightened.
Lish is gonna startle and back up from it, and holding the jewelry box, he's gonna leave the room.
Okay.
Aaron, it's like, well, we shouldn't just take that, take, something they're keeping without leaving something behind. And he's going to open up the painting, take out his deity necklace that he just received, and put it into the wall.
Okay. Close it again, and the painting looks as it did before, with the antlers branching off and joining the foliage.
And then he'll head out. And from now on, just assume that Aaron is walking around with his kaleidoscope, just looking at everything. Unless otherwise specified.
I love that. I love
when
that so
Lish
much.
It's a pretty
leaves the room,
snazzy kaleidoscope.
Tobias goes walking after him. Because is fear evident on Lish's face, like as he's leaving? Or is it clear that he's like, I don't like this?
You can see him looking at the painting, his face like kind of drops and blanches, and seems to kind of start like breathing heavily. He puts a frightened look on his face and backs out of the room. And if Tobias kind of follows him out into the hallway, he'll like have his back kind of pressed against one of the walls in the hallway, just kind of trying to breathe. Well, catch his breath.
What's the matter? What did you see?
The painting changed. There's something in it. Maybe just an illusion. Some magic that I couldn't detect. He's like kind of saying that through labored breathing.
Tobias comfortingly like puts a arm around him and like pulls him closer if he lets him.
Yeah.
Kind of like tucking him against his side under his cloak. And says, there's certainly something more ominous going on here than you believe.
This place is not empty.
No. Very much isn't. Every mother keep you safe.
Yeah. Lish just kind of like tucks himself against Toby and just kind of nestles in until everybody's done in that room and we're ready to kind of move on.
I think Demir was probably like looking through the jewelry box when Lish got startled and kind of looks up and he's not there, and
She's got like a handful of jewels.
And she'll just tuck the jewelry box away and go out into the hall like, well, I think we've covered this floor. Lish, are you okay?
It's kind of nods. Let's keep going. The sooner we're away from that room, the better.
Something happened.
Shakes a little.
Seeing more ghosts.
Off-putting things.
This house seems full of them. Right.
I think it's a very nice house.
It is a very nice house, aside from all the dust and the mold, but it's clear that we aren't exactly wanted by whatever's lingering around.
I think so far there have been two different kinds of presences that we've encountered. Lish's prior viewing of ghosts, they didn't appear sinister.
They were two,
The only-
two downstairs.
There's the two downstairs.
And the picture. I guess the harp?
Well, actually, no.
So far, there have been a handful of off-putting things. In the dining room, there was the child-shaped cloth, which turned out to be a doll. When Lish entered the library, there was a shape that moved backwards into the wall as soon as he walked in. And he saw a woman in the conservatory. Then there was the rocking chair. Then there was the music box making things floating. And then there's this deer. So far.
Yeah. Specific instances that Professor Darknet, like, for the most part, it seems a lot of the encounters haven't been sinister in nature. Like, the two actual instances of ghosts were them going about their business before leaving. The two encounters that we've had so far that do have a more sinister tone to them is the moving bus and that painting.
Lish, by this point, the fear is wearing off.
Well, nothing has attacked us yet.
That's good, at least.
It might just be we haven't gotten to a place where they will. But regardless, at this point, we should definitely be on our guard. Especially knowing what we found out in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ghosts just live here, you know? As long as we're respectful, I'm not terribly worried.
I'm not too concerned about the ghosts of what are potentially the family members. I'm more concerned about if there's a sinister presence that's sticking around. Because there was the diary that mentioned that the husband began having disturbing dreams and dark whispers before he vanished.
That
And
is fair. There might be something here or around here or
and someone
whatever.
disturbed the grave of the daughter.
That's true.
Precisely, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, nothing left but to go upstairs, I suppose.
Looks like an attic. Who knows what will be up there? Perhaps more storage.
We still haven't found the key for the locked cellar.
Always.
He could be up there then.
That's true.
Isn't
Alright.
guaranteed it'll be around either. Might just have been lost.
Hawk's gonna approach the hatch to the attic and see if it's locked.
It is not locked. Do you go up?
He's gonna wait. He's gonna like look back and wait for a signal.
I think so. Let's go up.
All right.
All right.
This door does not actually lead to an attic. This leads to the Widow Walk.
The what now?
At this point, the clouds that have been threatening rain all day have started raining. And the Widow Walk itself is nothing too fancy, just a few feet up there surrounded by an iron fence. The roof beyond, however, is treacherously angled, covered in loose shingles and slick with moss. You can see a chimney juts out about 30 feet from the Widow's Walk. And I would like you guys to make a perception check.
All right. Not an attic after all. All right. This one feels weird.
Natural 1.
It's a
Aaron, you
6.
think on a nice day, it would be a really nice view up here.
22.
22. Lish.
That's a natty 20.
Oh, nice.
Tobias got a 6.
All right. Toby, you are also admiring the view.
Imagine Hawk is 2.
Hawk, you're admiring the view. Levy, what did you get?
Sorry, what was it again?
Perception check.
Perception. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a 9.
Okay. So Demir and Lish, you guys notice that in the chimney, one of the stones seems to be a little off center.
Does it seem to be, is it within like reaching distance? How far?
No, it's about 30 feet away from the Widow's Walk.
Can I send, I mean, does it seem magical from 30 feet? I think is about the range of my spell.
It doesn't seem magical.
Can I send the pixies to go out and take a look?
Yeah. You send the pixies out, and they see that the stone itself is sort of loose, but unfortunately they are not strong enough to pull it out on their own.
I can help. You can, no. Does anybody have mage hand?
Levy's got mage hand, but
Oh, I can turn into like a
Monkey.
Yeah, I can turn into an animal and do it. Let's see what we got prepped here. I mean, I don't need to prep it, but yes, litter.
Just do like a monkey or something like that.
Sure, I'll turn into some kind of monkey. I don't have monkey stats, but I can find
Well, let me see.
something dexterous. A lemur. Ringtail lemur, Zaboomafoo.
The winter lemur.
Zaboomafoo.
the most well-known creature of the winter court.
Okay, so you are a tiny beast. This is
Monkey 5e creature. Yeah. Armor class 12. Hit points 2.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I'll kind of pop out and scramble across shingles, being pretty careful.
Please roll an athletics check.
Athletics is what? Sure, it can't be acrobatics.
Yes, I'm sure.
I'm 14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you are walking, you try to move as carefully as possible. However, you accidentally step on a shingle you thought was firm, but was not, and you slip off of the roof.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Can I roll the catch
Wish.
myself or?
As you fall, when you hit the ground, no one is casting Featherfall and saving you.
Oh wait! I have Featherfall.
No, it's too late. I paused several times trying to.
Oh my god! I have Featherfall. I cast Featherfall at him.
No, it's too late. I'm gonna say this as slow as possible, so it's all you catch him. But
I wasn't looking at my spells. Lish has a second as he slips. I can burn another wild shape to transform into a bird.
well, I gave you guys as much time as I possibly could have, but it's okay. You only take 17 damage from falling off the roof and landing on the ground.
Lish is a man and on his back.
No.
Ground. Wheeze.
Are we able to see him?
Yeah, I mean, he's on the ground on the first floor next to the porch.
Are you okay?
Loki, after he gets pile driven by the Hulk and he's on his back in the crater. It's like that.
Oh. Oops.
He's cracked his skull open and he's slowly bleeding to death.
Can we see him on the ground?
Yeah, you can see him.
Tobias will start heading downstairs to.
Okay.
That's okay. Lish is is he stunned or anything? He can pick himself up.
Yeah, you can pick yourself up.
He'll
also point out you have a broom of flying.
This is true.
I forgot that I had that.
I forgot I had Featherfall. You forgot your broom.
I mean, he wouldn't use the broom on the roof on anything. He'd just go out and do it himself. I mean, yeah, he'll use the broom to get back up on the roof so Toby doesn't have to go all the way down.
Okay. Do you go back to the roof or to the Widow's Walk? Or to the chimney?
Goes up. He's gonna show the chimney what's boss.
Fuck this chimney.
Fuck this chimney. He kicks the chimney.
Breaks his toe.
This works well. I was about to suggest just tying some rope to the iron railing so that you can't fall off. And then just having someone walk out there and take the brick. But if you got a flying broom, which I also forgot about, that works.
I'm building this roof and I'm it'll be fine. They have a broom of flying. They have lots of things at their disposal.
You underestimate our forgetfulness.
Lish wouldn't automatically go to the broom of flying when he can just turn into something that flies.
But consider, using the broom of flying doesn't burn a class feature.
It's a short rest to get it back.
If it's a short rest to get it back, why do you insist on staying in animal form? so you don't waste it.
Fuck it. Let's just move on.
Yeah, I'm just teasing at this point.
On the broom. Yeah, so
On the broom, getting the break.
Okay, you fly over and start trying.
Bitch.
Huh?
He kicks the chimney like bitch.
Okay. You kick the chimney. Do you try to get the stone out?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Got the right fellow for the job, guys. Oh no. It's an 8.
You just can't get it loose.
Can the pixies help me?
They cannot. They are small.
They're
tiny.
So strong of heart, though.
Do you want why they would be able to
I
help
can-
with charisma maybe against the stone?
I have like a dagger. Can I like use the dagger to try and like get in there and jimmy?
Sure,
it?
you can use the dagger to have advantage.
Yay! I'm gonna roll again. God damn it! It's even worse. It's a 6. Lish is like still shaken up from both falling and seeing Skull Deer, so he's having a good day.
Vervain, come here. I'll give me a lift.
Lish goes and sets down and gives Demir the broom. I'm not attuned to it, so.
I don't think you need to attune to the broom of flying.
Demir will use the broom of flying and go over to the thing and try and open it.
Okay, roll a strength check.
You're really good at these. Let's go.
That's a 12.
Damn it! Why did I open my mouth?
Lish gave you have a dagger to give yourself advantage. Get in there.
You can use dagger for advantage.
Cool. That's a 13.
Lish is like pouting and like sitting with Tobias, like.
Yeah, the moment
Nice.
Lish comes back over the fence and stuff, Tobias is like checking him over, make sure he's not badly hurt.
He's a little ruffled.
This might be very stupid, but there is like a little bit of like a lift to it. I am going to see if I can wedge Nivara into it and like
Oh my god.
utilize the like her length to kind of like, you know, like jimmy it open like a crowbar. I am using my cursed sword like a crowbar.
Nivara, by the way, speaks up and then says, I'm glad to help. This is not really what I was expecting, though. Roll strength check with advantage.
Thank God. Okay, that is a 18.
Thank you. Okay, so you're able to pry the stone loose, and inside there is a satchel, and you kind of shake it, and it sounds like there's a lot of money.
I am taking that.
Thank you, Nivara.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Demir will kind of tuck the sword away, and fly back over with the pouch and just got some gold.
Any chance there's a key inside?
I'm going to go off of the Widow's Walk, back into the like little stair area to open the pouch.
Okay, you open the pouch, and first of all, on top there is a folded note.
What does the note say?
It says, and you recognize actually the handwriting from the desk in the master bedroom. It says, to my girls for emergencies, with all my love, Dad.
Gonna make your daughters walk across that death trap? Yeah.
Presumably it wasn't a death trap back in the day.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I'm pretty sure the shingles were in better condition when they were all still alive.
I was a parent. I wouldn't want my children walking on roofs in general.
But he's a dad who took his kids
Yeah.
hunting. He probably just like enjoyed the sense of adventure of walking on the roof.
And walking on a roof of a 3-story mansion.
I never said he was a smart
It was
dad.
also for emergencies, so I imagine if you had it there in case a fire started on the first floor so the kids could go up and out.
He assumed they'd still have servants to go get it for them, I guess.
How much gold? Is there any keys inside?
There are no keys, but there's 10,000 gold pieces.
Oh, wow.
Christ.
Jesus fuck.
That.
Almost enough to say renovate a house.
Okay, cool.
Just for, you know.
Demir's just
typical
gonna
senses.
tuck that away with our stuff.
Huck like has a realization, like 3-finger like hits his forehead, and he's like, "Oh, of course there wouldn't be a key in there. That padlock was new."
It wasn't new.
Oh, it wasn't new. How old was it? Like compared to the rest of the stuff? Like you said, it seemed recent. I thought.
No, not
Oh, it was
recent.
the shovel that
It's-
was recent.
It's the shovel that was recent.
Okay, never mind. Never mind then. I was operating on the assumption that the padlock was a newer development compared to the rest of the house. My bad.
Well, I think it's time to go break some locks.
I guess so.
All right. So
There was
you
what I'd like to do first before we break the locks. It's on the first floor.
Oh.
Right? Lead the way.
Of course.
Tobias goes down to the first floor. I guess there's two things he wants to do. First thing is he wants to check the bust. If it's because if I remember correctly, we saw the scarf on the floor, but we didn't check to see if the bust was still in the room.
Yes, the bust is still in the gallery. It's pointed towards this door at the moment.
Which door?
The door to the foyer
Okay.
or the door to the parlor?
The door
Okay,
to
foyer.
the foyer.
Thank you.
Basically where we came in.
Mhm.
The next thing he will do is he will go to the dining room. And is the doll still there?
Yeah, you guys covered it back up with the sheet and just left it alone.
He's going to uncover it, take the sewing kit that he took from the chest, and then he's going to take the shiny button that the little goblin gave him and try to line it up and sew it back on, or sew it onto the doll so that it has two eyes again.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for this. You sew it back on, and roll a wisdom check for me.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Low
That's a
DC.
saving throw. For wisdom check, I mean, it's just the clicking the wisdom thing.
Yeah.
18.
You sew it back on, and a sense of calm and appreciation washes over you.
He will lightly pat the doll on the head and then kind of just like, rather than covering the doll back up, he'll just kind of leave the cover folded at her lap as if like she sat down to eat and like put a napkin over her lap.
All right.
While this is happening, Aeon is going to go over and try to pick up the bust.
Okay. Roll strength check.
All right. Excuse you. Okay. That is a 17.
It's a little heavy, but you're able to lift it up. But you're
Yeah,
kind of
Aaron's like,
gotta-
could I get a little help over here?
Oh,
you have
Koresh is
me- you
over
have
to
me
assist.
strained a bit.
All right. And then Aaron guides them into the was it the dining room that the doll's in?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron guides them into the dining room and just dunks the bust on the seat opposite the doll.
Oh, Agatha. It's a wonderful place for you to be, Agatha.
I think she was just lonely, you know? They can keep each other company now.
All right.
Thanks, Hawk.
We'll have a lovely little tea party.
Mhm.
Levy will take a pressed flower from her book of pressed flowers and put we'll put one in between the dolls, just cause.
Okay. So, what do you do next?
Let's go and try and break off that lock.
All right. So you go into the cloakroom again.
The real question is, do we have anything that's like blunt that could help out, or are we just gonna ask Hawk, Mr. Metal Hand Hawk, to punch it open or something?
I will also note that you didn't bother to investigate this room,
Which one?
the cloakroom.
Oh, true. There could be a key just like in a cloak somewhere. Let's
Levy's
try
not
that.
going in there.
There's exactly one cloak.
True. Let's check the cloak for pockets then.
Okay. Disturbing the cloak, two little harmless moths just flutter out of it. And there is a pocket sewn into the inside with a key in it.
Oh, no vandalism today after all.
Been there the whole time, motherfucker.
Well,
All right. Hawk will take the key and open the lock.
All right. Trap door opens up once it's unlocked without a problem.
All right. I'm going in first. Wish me luck.
Okay. I have to go to the correct map. All right, let's go to the basement, guys.
It's not ominous at all, especially not with that well.
Nothing
Okay.
bad ever happens in the basement.
All right.
Oh, never.
So heading down into the basement, the only feature, other than a couple of doors off to the side, is the only feature of this damp, cold, circular room is a stone well in the middle. Next to this shaft sits a dry wooden bucket fastened to a coiled length of rope. The bottom of the well itself is veiled in darkness. Do you approach the well?
I am curious how deep that well is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bucket with rope and then toss the bucket in.
Okay.
And hold the rope, of course.
So
Levy did not follow, by the way. She's still outside of the cloakroom, just like.
okay.
Bad vibes, bad vibes.
Tobias will follow after Hawk.
So
Aaron
within,
will as well.
as you approach the well, Tobias and Hawk, you both hear a soft masculine voice call out from within the well. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Huh?
Tobias will grab Hawk's arm and yank him back, so they're both.
Yeah, he's already backpedaling a little bit.
They're just standing at the base of the ladder, and Tobias just whispers to Hawk, "Don't say anything."
He just like nods.
Demir went into the basement with them, I think.
Okay, you would have heard the voice too then.
what if we
Demir is going to point towards the doors, like, should we check those out first?
Hawk is going to slowly approach the top right door.
Tobias is gonna beckon at the top of the ladder to come down, but to keep quiet.
Okay.
Actually, Demir will send a message up. Because I think it can only be heard by the recipient. Yeah. So I am going to send a message to Lish. Just there's a voice in the well. So if you're going to come down here, be quiet. We're trying to avoid provoking its attention further.
Okay. So you're going to try this door, Hawk?
Yeah.
All right. So rotten pantry staples and boxes of mundane junk fills this musty storage space. The contents itself are nothing special and will all have to be replaced.
Ugh.
I'm going to very quietly, very stealthily try the other door.
All right. So this door is much bigger, you can see.
Hawk will quietly be thankful that he doesn't need to eat, so therefore he isn't feeling like completely sick looking at this moldy food.
Well, it's not just like moldy food, it's like old flour and junk. All right. So down here, you found the wine cellar. This damp, cobwebbed draped room contains dusty racks and 8-foot tall wine tons. One of the casks has burst, covering the floor in crimson stains. Hanging near the door is a long, dusty apron with more red stains on it.
Creepy.
There are 3 casks.
Where's the cask of Amatilla?
You investigate the casks?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So one of the casks, as I said before, has burst. The second one is empty, having leaked out onto the floor. And the third is filled with an unnamed wine that has probably long since spoiled. You also can see that there's a frame kind of tucked behind the one that is spoiled.
I'm gonna try and see if I can check out that frame. Is it a painting?
So it's tucked between the barrel and the wall, out of sight and out of mind. Pulling it free, you'll find that it is miraculously unharmed by the ages, depicting a finely dressed family. There is a man with brown hair and a bristled mustache wearing a golden locket, a woman in her mid-40s wearing a corset with curly dark hair, a young girl of 9 or 10 who has ringlets the same shade of brown as the man's hair and eyes the exact shape and color of the mother's. And there is a baby in a blue and green blanket in the mother's arms.
Aww. Well, I'm going to take the portrait and kind of very carefully lift it out and bring it over towards where Toby and Hawk are. And then Demir is going to send a message to Toby like, I think we should look in the well. You can respond to this message.
Tobias will respond to the message saying, until we know for certain what that is, I agree. I want to take this portrait upstairs.
I can wait until you've brought it up.
Tobias will nod to that.
And Zamir is going to creep over towards the well, but she's not going to look in until Toby is back down again.
Okay. So Tobias, you bring the portrait back upstairs. You see Lish and Levy kind of just hanging out in the foyer.
When he climbs up with the portrait, he'll set it carefully off to the side and say, I suspect this is the portrait that was removed from the mantle. I'd like to put it back into that spot, since the lady of the house mentioned that she really loved it. As for the voice down in the well, Lish, and Levy, both of you, I'd feel better having you both around and investigating that just in case.
What is the voice?
Sent you a message about it.
I know.
We don't know.
You didn't go into detail. What did it say?
It sounded like a man, and he said, hello, is anyone there?
And what did you say?
Nothing, we didn't respond.
Interesting. And you don't know if it's vagrant, perhaps, that fell down the well?
Who knows? Demir's waiting to examine it until I go back down.
Just kind of like deep sigh.
Knowing our luck with such oddities, I just feel more comfortable having us all there to handle it.
You want to put this painting back up first, you said?
Ideally, yes. It shouldn't take too long. And Tobias is going to take the portrait to... Was it the den?
It was the den, yes.
Yeah. He will take it to the den and place it back up into the spot on the mantle.
All right, you approach the mantle, and you can see that there is the empty space on the wall above it. And you go and place the portrait up on the wall. And you take a step back and kind of examine it, and it's a perfect fit. And you blink, and there's someone standing next to you.
Tobias will turn to look at them.
Levy
He thought maybe Levy or Lish followed him or something.
Levy went with Toby, yeah.
Yeah, it is a woman. She looks almost exactly as she does in the portrait, but she's not holding a baby this time. And she's wearing different clothes. And she is kind of just looking at the portrait and examining it and nodding. And she looks at you and kind of nods to you and then disappears. Unless if you had followed, it's the same woman you saw in the conservatory.
I suspect that might have been Esme.
Like, you're right.
I'm glad I was at least able to give her some peace. And he will return to the trapdoor and head
Yeah.
back down.
Lish is like, I'm concerned with Demir being left down there.
Okay.
I mean,
While this is-
Hawk's down there with her, but if anything, that's more reason to worry.
while
Because
this
not
is-
only could you have a missing life, you could also have a murder.
while this is going on,
Yeah, sorry.
Demir and Hawk, you hear from the well, in that same voice, "Is anyone there? I've fallen down the well."
Don't like that. Demir's not gonna respond. She's waiting.
Hawk has that same nervous energy about him that Demir probably does.
Yeah, Demir, like, I would say that she's like over here-ish. Like she's not within view from the well, but she's like closer to it.
Oh my god. Waiting. Has a death wish too.
Yes.
Okay.
When she sees Toby come down, she's gonna eat in the well.
No.
Actually, she's gonna wait until Toby comes down, and she's gonna cast invisibility on herself and look in the well.
Okay.
Gosh.
Oh my god.
So you
Leafy's
cast,
still
you cast invisibility on yourself and you approach the well.
Mm-hmm.
Levy is still lingering outside of the coat closet.
Levy's been invited down. Is that what she's
Levy
waiting
does
for?
not want to go in that closet.
Oh,
In the closet. Bad memories in closets.
That's a tight space. She don't like those.
Then Tobias says, keep watch for us so that nothing comes behind like that bus that moves.
Levy will nod and stand guard by the door and kind of, keep a sweep of just the surroundings. She'll be paying attention.
Yeah.
obviously.
Roll a perception check.
Oh boy.
Levy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but Mackenzie's comment just made me think of like little busted dear Agatha just like waddling over, like thunking across the ground. It just like tilts
Perception,
and
you said?
Yeah. Just for keeping an eye out.
Okay. 2 seconds. 15.
15. Okay. You feel pretty confident to keep an eye out. Now that Toby has put the portrait back, at some point Esme kind of just wanders out and joins you. She's not doing anything to you. She's just
Levy has a ghost friend.
And she's the lady of the house, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is her house.
Ghost.
Yeah. She's
Oh,
not
yeah.
doing anything to you. She's just kind of like watching you, and she looks mildly interested.
Okay. Levy is generally unbothered and is just she'll hang out with the ghost.
All right.
We're
this is
vibing.
the lady who helped me clean. I like her.
So, Demir, you're approaching the well.
Well.
Lovely.
The well is quiet again.
Is there anything down the well?
It's too dark to see.
I have dark vision.
Yes.
I have 60 feet of dark vision. I can't see anything.
Let me just double check. You can barely see some water down there.
Is there a rope going down the well, or is it like
Hawk's still got that bucket with rope tied to it.
Yeah, okay. Zamir, I am going to look around. Is there a solid anything around that I could tie a rope to?
There's.
Actually, do I still have the broom that Lish gave me?
Yeah, you still have the broom.
You still have the broom.
I am getting on the broom and going down.
No! Take the broom back!
You can if you're not there.
I went down with Toby.
It's a very tight squeeze.
Oh.
She's invisible. We can't do anything
I'm
about this.
invisible.
Goes the broom, I would imagine, since it's on her.
I'm holding it.
Yeah.
It's a tight squeeze.
If you don't just die.
I mean, I'm going to try it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Kenzie, you as
Demir
Lish
just
should
dies
know
while
that there's
invisible,
no
and we
keeping
never
Demir
know.
away from a bad decision.
I can certainly try.
And fail.
Okay, he can detect magic though. He knows where you are. He can sense your invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He senses the broom activate.
Is Lish in the... I imagine Lish is still kneeling down with us then, okay.
Down your nose. I think I fucking grab the base of the broom.
I think there's something at the bottom. Well, okay, hold on. Would he be able to grab the broom before I get down in it? Because I'm going.
No, because you.
Is it not going to fit? Or
you would have been right down, right next to the well by the time Lish got down the stairs.
Lish goes, no. And she doesn't listen to him.
Lish walks into the room and
When
just
does she
catches
listen to
Demir
him?
slipping into the well.
Zamir is on the broom over the well, and she hears Lish go, Demir, no! And she looks over at him, and she looks down at the bottom of the well, and she looks at Lish, and she looks at the well.
And he looks at me, and I look at him.
She'll send a message to Lish, I think there's something at the bottom of the well.
Goodbye is what it is.
I want to find it. I think we should bury it.
Not alone.
Well, what else do you suggest?
Let's put a plan together. Goddamn woman. You mean
How dare my husband make sense?
You can't just let me do every impulsive thing I want to do?
Does the voice respond to Lish shouting, Demir, no?
The voice just kind of calls out again and says, help me, I've fallen in.
What are you gonna do? You gonna get eaten by the well demon?
Demir is going down the well.
Lish is making his way to the well.
Demir is going down the well.
And then Demir just dives down it on the broom.
You know when you tell a dog not to eat something, and they just look at you
And chew
for a few seconds, and then just that's Demir right now.
Lish asking Demir, what are you doing, is the equivalent of somebody asking their pet, what do you have in your mouth?
Lish, Demir, no. Demir, right before plunging down the well. Demir, yes.
All right. So, the well, the shaft of the well is about 60 feet deep, and you descend into a flooded cistern about 10 feet deep.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna look around this cistern. I'm not going to go down to the water. I want to hover about as far up of the water as I can to be able to look into the cistern.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Do I getting to the well lip? Do I see anything looking down?
You see a little bit of water.
That's a 19.
19. So you kind of look around for about like 15 minutes until you find the skeletal remains of someone and a small locket around his neck.
I'm gonna send a message. I found the husband.
And as you find the skeleton and the locket, you think of the locket you saw in the portrait that you sent up with Toby. And you remember in the journal how the husband had started to sleepwalk after the deaths of his daughters.
Oh no.
And he fell down the well and drowned.
Demir is going to very carefully try and gather up the bones.
Okay.
This is a tragedy house after all.
It is. She's going to gather up all the bones and the locket and fly back up the well.
Just like
Okay.
taking 5 big steps back from the well when she comes up with well, I guess I wouldn't. What I would see just bones rising from the.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, since she's invisible, you see bones, and then a gap, and then the broom.
Which is like fucking definitely taking several large steps back. Like,
well,
Demir.
It looks like a bad glitch. Honestly.
anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person.
Okay.
Here's the real question.
Bethesda moment.
Here's the real question then. How did Demir carry an entire human skeleton's worth of bones up?
She has like extra cloaks and stuff. She like just wraps it up in one of the cloaks, and carries it up. And when she gets off the broom, she's going to stand right behind like she's going to try and be right behind Lish and be like,
He can sense you.
I got the body. He fell down the well.
That is unfortunate. And what do you plan on doing with the body?
We can bury him with his family out in the graveyard.
I think that's a good idea.
All right.
He did have a headstone out there, but you figure it was more of a memorial given that there was no body.
Put him in his grave with the rest of them.
Tobias will take the bones from Demir and climb back up the ladder, pick up the shovel that's in the closet, and is Esme still there with Levy?
Yeah. Levy, have you been just kind of hanging out with Esme? Have you tried to engage with her at all?
I think eventually she would have just been like, you have a lovely home. Just.
She mouths things every now and then, but you can't hear what she's saying. But when you say that, you can see her say,
Aw. Levy will hand her notebook and something to write with.
It passes right through her.
Levy will very slowly, looking like I should have expected that.
I just kind of.
It is what it is in this bitch of an afterlife.
Toby, at the point you come up and see Levy like trying to hand paper and quilt to a ghost.
He looks at Levy fondly before addressing Esme and saying, we found your husband. We're going to
I wish I could lip read.
Yeah, I can't either.
You know who can in your party? Who has the observant feet?
Levy?
Lish.
What is the observant feet?
I can read lips, I think, with the observant feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what is say?
You came up from the basement with Toby then?
Yeah, I'm not staying down there. And I gotta these fucking bones don't fucking do something.
She's basically saying, you found him. Where was he? What happened?
Fell down the well.
Well, he was sleepwalking in his last few days. I hope he finds the rest he needs. This is all just being mouthed.
Yeah. I'm sure that he will. He'll set his bugs right.
Thank you.
You have the piece that you need.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you there.
Do you have the piece you need?
This is my house. I intend to stay here.
Should be with your family.
I am happy here.
I'll have to get an exorcism. This lady to go with her children.
Listen, she's not hurting anybody.
No, sir, not getting out of this chair.
Out of this chair.
Does she know what happened to her daughter's grave?
I am still invisible. So you just hear Demir's ghostly voice.
I mean, the ghost lady can hear you. Do you know what happened to your daughter's grave? Sharon, it seems.
Kenzie, I think you might be a little too far away because your voice keeps...
Do you know what's happened to your daughter's grave? It has been churned recently.
No, I've been in here. I cannot leave the home.
You haven't seen anything?
A stranger came through recently. And then a group of strangers. Time is strange in here. Time is strange when you're dead.
Anyone with a shovel?
Not that I recall. I may have been elsewhere in the house, though.
Anybody else got any questions for Ghost Lady?
Esme, I'm curious about your daughter's grave being tampered with and what it is that someone might have been trying to do. Would it be all right if we checked to see?
I would feel grateful if you ensured that my daughter is resting.
Then that is what I shall do.
Which daughter?
It was Adarine.
I am assuming, by the way, that Lish, you are translating all of this for Toby. Esme just kind of nods.
I'll let you know what we find.
Thank you.
Of course. And Tobias will give a kind of a respectful bow before carrying Esme's husband out to the graveyard with the shovel to bury him.
Okay. Does anyone else join Tobias?
Levy will go out. I imagine on a farm with livestock, she's had to bury things before.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Demir will also go along.
She's got the bones, so I would hope so.
she
Wait,
will
Toby's got the
actually
bones, but-
open a window for Esme in case she wants to keep an eye on things out the window in the gravesite, and also
Okay,
some fresh air.
so there are windows in the foyer, but they're pretty high up.
There's the parlor.
Demir has the broom, so she can
She
fly
is a
up.
ghost.
Levy has mage hand. She can just go boop,
Or
Okay.
that.
open that
Nice.
shit.
Cloud of dust just kind of rains down.
Prestidigitation.
Open up the window.
Cool. Prestidigitation, so nobody ends up like.
Okay.
And then yes, follows out to investigate and bury.
All right.
Perhaps
Is,
the
is anyone not taking part in the burial?
Dove, you're muted in case you didn't know.
Fish isn't helping big.
Oh no. No, yeah, Aaron's there.
Okay, yeah. If no one's gonna be staying behind, Hawk will also go. He just wants to make sure that nobody's left alone in any place. Even if Esme is friendly, we still don't know about the bust or if there's any other hauntings to be concerned about.
Oh, maybe we should have asked her about the bust.
We should have asked her about the painting.
Yeah.
Or just asked if there's anyone else.
She'll still be there, probably. Yeah. If she's there when we're back, Demir isn't going to help bury the body, but she is going to go to the graveyard, and she's still invisible, so she'll go poking around.
Okay.
If I recall, there wasn't really anything to poke around at.
Not really. There's a small shrine next to one of the mausoleums to the goddess of peace, thus making this a graveyard instead of a cemetery, but like it's nothing too fancy.
Yeah.
All right. So those you know what, I'll switch over to the correct graveyard map.
You're back.
All right. And you may recall that this is Aderin's grave here, and the rest of the family is there. This is a map from the internet, so but things are more or less in place. Pulling up the description of the graveyard again. Yeah, there's the space for Marius Trice, between Agnes and Aderin. You dig a hole deep enough for the body and bury him. And I see Avery is gone. I was going to ask if Demir sacrifices her cloak or just like shakes him out.
She probably would just shake him out, but she'll be back in a second. She just comes to the bathroom.
Okay.
Levy would very politely stop Demir from just dumping the fucking bones and
yeah, I imagine
take
when
the
Tobias
fucking
like
bundle from Demir and fucking start placing the bones very nicely into the fucking grave. What the fuck, Demir?
Yeah, I imagine Tobias helps with that, like digs the grave and then helps rearrange the stuff.
I imagine her like cloaks are like attached to her clothing, so it's hard to.
No, she said she used an extra one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
All right.
And then when the bones are placed neatly before repacking the fucking grave down, Levy will again take a flower from her book, probably something cheesy but appropriate, like a forget-me-not or something, and put it down there.
Okay. Does anyone say anything over the grave?
Did you guys dump the bones out or
No.
Oh my god.
We made sure Demir didn't just dump the bones. Levy and Toby were very nice and
Toby
respectful.
had the pile. I was just wondering if Demir gets her cloak back.
Yeah.
She does, yeah. After they rebury him, Tobias will say, I hope you can rest in peace now.
And Aaron.
Go ahead.
Aaron steps forward and says, your family loved and missed you until their own ends. I put you all together now.
Levy.
That. Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. Levy will kind of pat the gravestone, the headstone, and go, well, do our best to look after your home and your wife.
No one else is saying anything. Tobias is gonna give a few moments of silence, respect to the dead, and then move to Attering's grave and kind of like have the shovel above the dirt. He's starting at the edge, so it's not going to go straight down.
Before you do that, once Marius is buried, you all hear the same voice from the well whisper, "Thank you." And you all gain the benefit of a charm of heroism. The information I'm placing in the D&D chat, but basically once for the rest of the campaign, it doesn't regenerate or anything, but once you can cast heroism on yourself.
Ooh.
Damn, that's cool.
All right. Tobias.
Give me 2 more seconds to complete everything.
No worries.
I should actually note that down somewhere.
Okay. Tobias he'll move to Attering's grave And he's going to stand at the foot of the grave and line the shovel up with the edge. So when digging down, he's basically aiming it to make sure that, like, he won't, if there is a body down there, he won't initially hit it.
Okay.
But he will start taking off layers of dirt, going down in smaller increments so that he can, he's just not going for it and, like, striking the shovel in. He's carefully removing stuff so it doesn't damage things.
Okay. So you start digging. It takes a little while. It's rainy and cold, and it's frankly not what you're expecting to do today. And eventually you hit something that feels like it's a different texture than the dirt around. Not what it should be, though. It is not a body.
Is it a casket?
No.
Has Damir's invisibility run off?
Oh, yes. At this point, yes.
Yeah.
Buy it or go ahead.
So you can't quite see it, but you're aware that when you dig the shovel in, something about this feels different. You haven't uncovered.
I was going to say, like, Damir might get in the hole and start hand digging if it's possible, but
I mean, I don't think it's going to be very large. Because Adarine was young when she died.
If it's not, then she won't.
Damir, as you reach in and start digging with your hand, you feel an odd sensation, like you stuck your hand into water. It's very cold.
Oh.
Damir will sharply pull her hand back and look very uncertainly down at the hole. That's what you get for sticking your body into fucking weird places. Hadn't stood wrong so far.
Tobias will ask Damir, what did you feel?
Like water? Cold.
Well, unless you found a deposit of groundwater, something is clearly wrong.
Nobody stick their hands in. I don't know what this is. Tobias will continue taking dirt out. He's gonna try and, like, reveal the top layer of whatever this is.
Is there anything on Damir's hand, or is it just felt like it?
It felt like it. So, Tobias, you continue digging to try to uncover it, and you find what seems to be, instead of a body, but a pool of dark water. The liquid itself, it looks like water, and it ripples a bit if the shovel touches it, but the water itself is black.
Okay, then.
Tobias will kind of nudge it with the shovel. Like, does the shovel pass through, or is it kind of gelatinous where, like, it shifts?
The shovel passes through, and actually, as soon as you put it in the space that you put it in, you can't see it.
What the hell is this? He's gonna dig further, so where the foot of the grave is and stuff, how he's digging like in a rectangle and stuff, at the foot of the grave, so away from the headstones and things, he's going to dig out a little trench to see if the water drains out and if there's more of it or if it's just like this puddle.
You dig a bit more, and there's something about this water that is making it so that it doesn't seep out. Is this space about the size of a coffin?
Can I do like an Arcana check or something to see?
Yeah, roll an Arcana check.
I would also like to roll an Arcana check.
Go for it.
Fuck.
That's an 18.
15.
Okay. You, Levy, you can think of a number of things that this could be. It could be some sort of black ooze. It could be ichor. It could be something meant for containment. Lish, looking at the water and connecting it to the strong sense of conjuration magic that you saw before, you happen to know that sometimes portals to other planes can take the form of pools.
Do I get a sense of what plane this might go to?
Well, Demir said it was cold.
There's no way. No, it's in a graveyard. Like around. What planes are there? Water? Plane of water?
I imagine there's a plane of water. There's probably a plane of frost other than the winter court.
Yes, in this situation.
There's only one way to see.
We're not going.
Samir is holding her
Immediately grabbing as fast as Demir as he possibly fucking can. If you go in there.
What?
Put your face in, but you can't go in
I
any
will-
farther.
I don't want to go any further than my face. So I am going to hold my breath and stick
Levy
my
was gonna take like the pinky of her non-dominant hand and just do a little dip.
Well, I mean,
I was gonna have
Toby
Tobias just dip the shovel further in.
Demir is holding her breath and sticking her head in the water.
I really wish we had Bia.
Demir's doing what I want to do.
we
but
do have Beyond.
Okay.
She's alive, but I'm not sending her in there.
going in.
Levy will try and help Lish make Demir not do it.
I'll tell you what, Demir, roll an acrobatics check. Lish, roll an athletics check.
Can it not be me? Can like someone else roll?
I'm the one trying to stop her. You can have advantage though, because Levy said she was trying to help you.
Yeah, Levy's trying to be like Demir, no, Demir, no. Baby boy.
Here's about to die.
Rat time.
Yeah.
No.
Hello.
Do you want to roll?
Will you roll for me? It's just a
What?
20.
Okay.
Oh shit.
It's a 19.
Oh, hey, you
Popped
beat
up.
me. God damn it. By one.
All right, so you like, well, one way to find out, start to try and stick your head, and everyone immediately, no! And just like grab you and like pull you back.
Licious, I'm going all the way in. Yeah, Licious just making sure I don't fall in. Apparently, he's not stopping me.
Okay.
So I'm going in.
Okay.
Demir's like a wheelbarrow, like Lish and Levy each have like a leg.
So you stick your face in.
I'm holding my breath.
To cold water that you found at the bottom of a grave. And I think that's as good a time as any to end.
How dare you!
Valid as fuck. Oh my god.
Okay.
Look, you upset the boy.
Because if you guys pursue this further, it might take longer. And
I don't care. I'll go as long as it takes.
What's in the water?
I got homework to do.
yeah.
Yeah, this is just a fucking cliffhanger.
You know what? It's a really good cliffhanger.
It is a
though.
good
It really
cliffhanger,
is.
I will say that Demir does not die, don't worry.
Grave.
Well, that's
Nothing
good.
awful has happened to Demir.
you do not recognize the Mohabian in the water.
How you lose a pretty face. And it's her only asset, so you know.
Demir has to permanently borrow Hawk's mask for the rest of the campaign.
Fucking hell.
Anyway. Thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for the killer cliffhanger. I'm gonna go cry now.
It's okay, you have Riot.
Yes.
This episode, as every episode, is just Demir sticking herself into weird water places.
Listen, absent of a rogue, we need someone to do it.
Demir needs to stop putting herself into situations.
Never.
I
No,
swear to
makes it more
God.
fun for me.
You need an instigator, okay?
Someone needs to do stupid things. If you guys won't do it.
Demir
Makes it
acting
more
like the
fun
leader
for
and
me.
then turning around and sticking her face into a pool of weird water.
Oh, ratty baby.
And hey, plus you have the deed to a house now.
Yeah, we have the.
Assuming
Whoa.
Demir survives this, yes.
It's in her bag. You can get it off her body. You're
So
allowed to loot her body when her head inevitably is frozen off.
So in quick succession, I'm assuming, fairly quick succession, I'm assuming, we are acquiring a home, befriending a ghost, adopting 2 children,
Shoving them into the home with the ghost.
getting Lish a fancy bag with all of his shit in it, meeting Levy's family,
Yeah.
maybe killing a member or 2, who fucking knows, with this fucking party, and then kidnapping her
Listen, if they
little
die, they
sister.
die.
Anyway, thanks for playing, guys.
Thank
Man.
you, as
We'll
always.
see you next week.
You.
Assuming no one has
See you
anything they
then.
need to do.
Why?
Very good
Right.
session. I love this. I love this house. I love these ghosts.
See you guys
Yes.
around.